Yo, what up, and welcome to a new L.M.S.V. Yo, what up, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 6, and for this one, it's gonna be awesome. We got another custom Lego minifigure. Now, I know that y'all, whether you're a fan of my V.G.A arts playlist or, you know, that stuff, or you're a fan of Lego, I can definitely see a lot of love going towards the whole custom aspect of my channel, so I just want to say much love to you and thank you for watching. If you're new, I do cover a lot of different custom minifigures, or figures in general, whether it's V.G.A arts or it's Lego. And when it comes to Lego, it can be literally almost any franchise. Basically, in a Qniverse, you know, it's whatever. Like this entire, you know this. For those who have been a fan of L.M.S.V and for those who have been watching my showcases so far, you know this entire series is freestyled. But therefore, it's fresh and it's fun. So, but yeah, for this one, I was kind of surprised that I hadn't showcased him before. But for this one, like I said, we're gonna take a closer look at another custom Lego minifigure. And yes, the build kit. If you don't know what that is, I don't know if I've ever properly explained it, but basically a build kit, the name is kind of self-explanatory, but whatever. A build kit is nothing less than just like a recipe, you know, like whenever you want to make a certain dish, you know, you look up the recipe. Basically, that is what a build kit is, but then for the custom Lego minifigure. So, I hate to do it, but just to give you an example, this is one of the early ones, one of the earliest ones I think, that I've done. I've made 15 build kits so far. They're all on my Patreon page, and I'll put a link to it down in the description below if you want to, you know, check out the build kits, have early access to all my content, or want to support me on a more personal level, because I'm still on my journey to get remonetized, but until then, you know, it's tough. So yeah, I would really appreciate if you would just check out my Patreon page, but whatever, the build kits are on there every single time I make one of these custom showcases, and I've made a build kit for it. Shortly after this video goes live, the build kit will be on my Patreon page. But just to give you an example, here's the build kit for my episode 3 Anakin Skywalker, and basically it just shows you all the parts that you need and the name for it. Now, you might be like, why? Like, did you come up with these names of the products, or like the product names? Did you choose those, or like, what's the mindset behind that? Well, basically, I always go to firestartoys.com. Now, I know that there are different, you know, like Bricklink, you can go to that website as well, but I haven't really bought anything from there in years. The last minifigure I bought from Bricklink was the light up lightsaber Anakin Skywalker that, yes, will definitely get a showcase in the future, seeing as Anakin Skywalker is my favorite Star Wars character. So, you know, obviously, you've already seen this. I've showcased Anakin multiple times now. I love Anakin. So, yeah, that was the last character that I bought from Bricklink. I also didn't have the greatest experience back then. I'm not saying it's a website. Like I said, it was years ago, so I'm sure they've improved it. But I always use Firestar Toys, and basically what I do is I'll look up the parts to make these custom minifigures and use the very name, the product description that Firestar Toys themselves use, so that basically you only need to copy and paste those names in the search bar on firestartoys.com. And therefore I'll just save you a lot of trouble, because trust me, there are a lot of parts on that website. Like, sometimes even looking up certain hair, if you're not very specific about the color, you can be in the catalog for hours. So yeah, I'm just saving you a lot of work and trouble by just writing down the name of the product, so it's just lickety split for you. And yeah, so that's basically what a build kit is, the recipe for a custom minifigure. So yeah, hopefully I've explained it and it comes across as logical. So yeah, and like I said, hopefully with that example that I showed, it's even more clear to you. Now, finally, let's get into the showcase. Hopefully you've had a good week so far. By the way, I'm filming this on Friday, so hence this question. And if it's Monday for you, good luck this week. So yeah, I just wanted to send you some love because, you know, I'm just thankful that you're watching this video. But for this one, finally, the guy showcase, right? I was really surprised that I hadn't showcased this character before because he is in my top 5, I think, of favorite Star Wars characters. And that's of course the son of the chosen one, Luke Skywalker himself. Now, as a kid, yes, we're going down the nostalgic route. I grew up with the LEGO Star Wars video game and the LEGO Star Wars the original trilogy and LEGO Star Wars the complete saga, and one of my all-time favorite planets is the forest moon of Endor, or as I just knew it as a kid, Endor. And yeah, I love it. I'm literally just the same like Bob Ross right there, I think. Let me see. Yeah. It's a bit, you know, tougher to see where he's at, but you know, there he is. Because just like Bob Ross, I love forests. I love mountains. I love big old trees, the forest. I just love nature. That aspect of nature is just beautiful. So yeah, it's a no-brainer, you know, that I have a boner for Endor, or the forest moon of Endor. So when I saw Return of the Jedi, when they arrived at Endor, I was already even getting goosebumps. So even, you know, my body remembers. So but yeah, when they arrived on Endor, I was like, oh my god, yes, there's no sand in this motherfucker. This is not Tatooine. We got nice big old trees. We got a forest, little teddy bears. Like, this is a good time. So obviously, when I played LEGO Star Wars the original trilogy and the complete saga, the Endor missions were definitely my favorites, or some of my favorite levels to play, where you're on a speeder bike and as Luke or Leia, and I love it. I love it so much. So when the Skywalker saga game was announced and the first trailer came out, there was this, like, I don't think it's even for a second, I could be wrong, but obviously I'll show a lot of pictures, so it's a lot more fun for you to watch and to just, you know, follow the process basically. But there's this one short moment where you see Luke on Endor, episode 6, on a speeder bike, and he's looking over his shoulder, and again, goosebumps. The moment I saw that motherfucker in that new outfit, because obviously, you know, this is the new generation, this is the new game, obviously they're redesigning a lot of things and hopefully improving it. I haven't played the game, but like, I do own it for the Switch, but how the f do you hold these? They're so fucking tiny. I'm just grabbing it like this. Anyway, I do own the game. I pre-ordered it literally the year it was up for pre-order originally. It was actually gonna be a birthday present for myself, but then it was delayed. You already know the story behind this game. But yeah, still haven't played it. But when I saw him on Endor in the new look, obviously I was like, oh my god, I need to make a custom minifigure of that because I love it. He looks amazing. So I will show some gameplay of the Endor mission from this game, or Endor missions from this game, where you see Luke. I have no idea as of right now. Like I said, I've seen nothing in regards to this game. So after this video I'll know a lot more. Hopefully I'll get a bit more hyped. But yeah, simply haven't had the time. So been really busy writing, you know, for the Qniverse and working on content for you to watch and enjoy. But anyway, all of that aside, let's get into it, because I did succeed in making the new video game accurate, Skywalker Saga accurate Endor Luke. So without further ado, let's take a quick closer look at Endor Luke right now. And here he is, the son of the chosen one in his Endor outfit, according to the Skywalker Saga game. And as you can see, Luke looks amazing. Now of course I had to go with an Endor background for this showcase, otherwise it just wouldn't make sense. So yeah, personally I really dig this design. Now it's nothing crazy. If you check out the build kit list, two things will surprise you. One, if you look up all the parts, just how fucking expensive this custom minifigure turned out to be. I made this custom minifigure like 2 years ago, like I said, around the time when it was originally supposed to come out. So you know, that's a bit painful, but anyway, regardless, that's when I made this minifigure. And yeah, like the whole annoying thing about it is of course the cloth piece. Now there are many, and I do mean many, camouflage capes that you can buy to make this custom minifigure, but I just went for the official one that is only unfortunately included with the Princess Leia minifigure from one of the more recent Endor sets. But still, he looks fantastic. Let me quickly put him in a different pose, or let's just go over his 360. Starting off with, of course, the front. Again, nothing crazy, nothing over the top, but just really accurate, of course. This is the torso piece that I went with, because at that moment in time, you know, the flap at the front, I guess, hadn't folded over, so we didn't know at that moment in time that it was actually white on the inside, so that's why I went with this torso piece. Very easy to get, and again, it's all on firestartoys.com. If you want to get a 10% off of your order, if you want to get this minifigure for yourself, definitely don't forget to use my personalized code FSHSQ1 to get 10% off of that order. So yeah. But anyway, here he is from the back, and as you can see, one very fun aspect about this cape, or cloth piece, is that you can move it around a little bit, and I like the more wild look than just your standard, you know, everything is nice and clean. It's like everything is not nice, everything is not clean. They're in a fucking forest and during a war. So, you know, and he's moving, you know, you're moving, you're grooving, you're having a wonderful time. So anyway, that's why I will, you know, have him pose like this. But the whole cape is definitely the big make or break factor for this custom minifigure, because if it doesn't look accurate, you know, my inner perfectionist will literally go apeshit. So, but anyway, all jokes aside, of course, here he is from his left side, where he only has one normal hand remaining. And on the other side, he's rocking his black glove, just like his father was and is as Darth Vader. So yeah, nothing crazy, no arm printing, no side printing, because quite frankly, I didn't see that in the trailer and in the screenshot that I took. So I just went very straightforward with it. And keep in mind, for those who do check out the build kit, they'll understand, like, you know, you don't really need like the custom minifigure is already a lot more expensive than you might think it is. And yeah, by that moment in time, once you've ordered all the other pieces, you're just kind of like, you know what, I don't need side printing. We're Gucci, motherfucker. You can keep that. So, yeah, this is, again, a very straightforward showcase. It's nothing insane. Again, the helmet, however, is another make or break factor for this custom minifigure. Now, of course, I fully intend on making a video game accurate Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga / the original trilogy Luke Skywalker from Endor. Based on how he looks in those two games, because I actually prefer that over this. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the clothes are a bit darker. It's because of nostalgic reasons. I don't know. But this, of course, is a lot more accurate to the movie and hopefully also to the Skywalker saga. Like I said, I'll show some pictures and some gameplay if I can find it, probably. So, like I said, I fully intend on making that custom minifigure as well, making a build kit for that as well. But one aspect, and I haven't seen that design in a hot minute, is that I either have to get this helmet piece again for that custom minifigure or find another one. But for this one, it looks absolutely fantastic. I really love it. Now for the lightsaber hilt, I wanted to have it a bit more of a pop, you know what I mean? So because so many of my minifigures, especially the old ones, just rock that, you know, old lightsaber hilt design. And Lego, despite not necessarily changing the mold of the lightsaber hilt, do play from time to time in regards to different kind of colored variants, I suppose, and supposedly different material for it. And that's why I wanted to have the lightsaber hilt have a bit more of a pop. And the green for it is actually just your very standard trans bright green. So again, like I said, all the details are of course written down on the build kit, and like I said, I put a link to my Patreon page. That's where you'll find the build kit for this awesome custom minifigure. And again, I just really like it. Now hopefully This is kind of some homework and manifesto stuff for me right now, but whatever. Hopefully you did also like the way I included Ben Kenobi as a Force Ghost, because how could I not? You know? We see the boys at the end of the movie appear on Endor, and yeah, that of course is definitely one of my all-time favorite moments ever in Star Wars. So I really love it, and yeah, that's why I just had to go for Ben Kenobi in the background. I was thinking of having all three of them in the background, but I think that would just kind of take away from background in of itself. You know, like I do want to have you understand that he is on Endor, and that at least one of the Force Ghosts is with him right now. And yeah, his first master was of course Ben Kenobi, so that's why I had to include him in the thumbnails. Now why do I say thumbnails? Is because of course every single video that I make has two variants. One, which is the no ad variant, which is more of like the way I used to have it when I was monetized, and when I will get monetized again, that's when that starts to kick in, and I've never stopped making two variants of the same video for when I do get monetized once more. So yeah, that's why I said thumbnails. But anyway, all of that aside, final thoughts on this custom Luke Skywalker and Endor minifigure from, of course, the Skywalker Saga video game. Personally, I really like it. Hopefully in the future I will have found the time, or make the time, to actually play that game and reach the Endor missions, and then only to realize that I've nailed it. I really hope that that's the case. If not, shit, c'est la vie. You know what I mean? But regardless, on a scale of 1 to 10, personally I would just give him... let me think about this for a sec. I do all of this off the cuff and freestyle, so sometimes I do actually have to take a moment. On a scale of 1 to 10, personally I would just give him the 8.7. Bit of a weird grade, but it is what it is. There's always room for improvement. But again, I really love this design. It's from one of my favorite planets, and the outfit he rocked in that moment in time. And yeah, I really love it. Hopefully you loved it as well. If you did, definitely don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're looking forward to the next couple of showcases, again, if you want to support me on a more personal level and get early access to all of my content, as well as of course the build kits, link in the description to my Patreon page. And I think that's all there is to say. So from custom Endor Luke Skywalker, as well as from yours truly, I hope you had an awesome day. I wish you an awesome day. And I'll see you guys and girls in the next video. Now let's go to the character roster, because you have now officially unlocked custom Endor Luke Skywalker.